What does it say about a generation when the goal isn't just to smell good, but to smell edible? Welcome to The Threads of Culture, a show that unpacks the evolving landscape of design, branding, and the cultural forces shaping the global stage. Today's episode dives nose first into one of the most unexpected cultural shifts happening right now: the obsession with fragrances that smell like dessert. From pistachio to vanilla to buttered pretzel, we're exploring why Gen Z wants to smell like a bakery aisle, and what that says about identity, marketing, and the search for comfort in chaotic times. Have you ever caught a whiff of someone and thought, did I just smell cupcakes? What started as a quirky TikTok trend has exploded into a multi-billion-dollar movement, turning perfumes into pastries and deodorants into dessert. But beneath the sugar is a story about how we cope, how we consume, and how we present ourselves to the world. In this episode, we're breaking the trend down into 3 layers. First, how the smell like a snack craze reflects a deeper cultural craving for sweetness, safety, and nostalgia. Second, why beauty and body care brands are going all in on dessert notes, and how online fragrance marketing has changed the game. And third, how this trend speaks to a broader shift in how Gen Z performs identity, not just visually, but through scent. The edible perfume trend didn't appear out of nowhere, it has roots. Back in 1992, the fashion world was introduced to Mugler's Angel, a perfume that boldly mixed vanilla, red berries, and patchouli. It was strange, sensual, and it launched an entirely new fragrance category: gourmand. But today's wave? It's not just about indulgence, it's about identity. On TikTok, the fragrance obsession has reached new heights. One viral moment came from a Love Island USA contestant showing off her scent collection, featuring a body spray from Lush that smelled like kettle corn and caramel cake. "You smell like you're ready to be served on a plate," she joked. That clip alone sparked a wave of dessert scent evangelists, and millions followed. From there, TikTok's algorithm did what it does best: turned a vibe into a movement. Hashtags PerfumeTok and FragranceTok became playgrounds of nostalgia. Pistachio milk, vanilla bean, honey drizzle, marshmallow. The feed was flooded with people trying to smell, quite literally, delicious. But behind the sugar is something more human: comfort. For Gen Z, a generation shaped by pandemic anxiety, political chaos, and an always-on digital world, these sweet scents act like sensory security blankets. They're tied to memories: lip smackers, birthday cake, Bath and Body Works mall runs. It's no wonder we're seeing a collective return to scents that soothe. When you wear a fragrance that smells like dessert, it's not just about smelling good. It's about time travel. It's about reassurance, and maybe even rebellion. A soft push against a world that often feels too sharp. Of course, where culture shifts, brands follow. And in the case of gourmand perfumes, they're doing more than following. They're baking the whole cake. Dove recently teamed up with Crumble Cookies to launch a dessert-scented body care line. Native dropped a strawberry frosted deodorant in collaboration with Dunkin'. And Auntie Anne's, yes, the pretzel place, released its own buttered pretzel fragrance. Sound ridiculous? Maybe, but it works. Here's why. Fragrance is notoriously hard to sell online. You can't scratch and sniff a web page, so brands are leaning into what marketers call sensory shorthand. Notes like vanilla, coconut, or caramel are immediately familiar. You don't need to smell them to imagine them. You already know what they feel like. Add TikTok into the mix, and it's the perfect storm. Influencers describe these scents as compliment magnets. They post about being stopped in the street, about romantic encounters sparked by a whiff of vanilla, about feeling like a walking dessert. And that's the hook. The idea that you're not just wearing perfume, you're wearing desire. You're inviting attention. You're controlling the room. The problem? That framing turns scent from self-expression into performance. It becomes about other people's reactions, and not your own relationship to the fragrance. Instead of asking what scent fits me, the question becomes, what scent will they like? It's brilliant marketing, but it's also a reminder of how easily identity gets packaged and sold, even in something as personal as perfume. The dessert-scented wave shows no sign of fading. Analysts project the gourmand fragrance market will grow from $32.5 billion in 2025 to $55 billion by 2035. And the scents themselves? They're getting bolder, no longer limited to cupcakes and cocoa. We're seeing fragrances inspired by pistachio milk, cereal, matcha, almond cream, rice pudding, even milk. The more experimental, the better. But here's where things get interesting. This isn't just about smelling like food, it's about fluidity. Perfume used to be about a signature scent, something deeply personal and consistent. Now, it's about the scent wardrobe, a rotation of identities, a mood board in bottle form. Fragrance has joined the ranks of fashion, makeup, and aesthetics. Another layer of how we present ourselves, especially online. This shift speaks to how Gen Z navigates identity, constantly evolving, remixing, optimizing for the moment. And in that world, a scent isn't just a scent, it's a message, a mood, a flex. So what happens when perfume becomes just another form of content? Just another post? Maybe it's a sign of the times. Or maybe a reminder to find pleasure in what feels good to you, not just what looks good to them. The rise of dessert-scented fragrance is more than a trend. It's a cultural timestamp. It reveals our craving for comfort, our willingness to self-brand in new sensory ways, and the ever-evolving relationship between commerce, nostalgia, and personal expression. Because at the end of the day, what we choose to smell like says something, even when we don't realize it. If today's episode made you think differently about fragrance, help us grow this community by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. Tap the bell so you never miss a drop. Let us know in the comments. Are you riding the dessert scent wave or craving something a little less sweet? And if there's a topic you'd love to see unpacked next, or a cultural angle we missed, we'd love to hear it. Until next time, this has been the Threads of Culture,